extra 2 ounces.
We sat on like 4 different scales to try and get it. Okay, internet. This is our opening, by the way. I have always posited that if you weigh 100 pounds and you eat 1 pound of nachos, you are now 1% nacho. You ate 1 pound, your body went up 1 pound. Andrea has always posited that it doesn't matter what you put in your body because your weight is your weight, and eating it isn't going to shift your weight. So
no, that's not what I said. What I said was that if you eat a pound of nachos, you don't just instantly gain a pound. You might actually gain 3 or 4 due to the caloric density.
Okay, this is the test that we just ran. Nachos or water, doesn't matter because they weigh 1 pound. So what we did is we put in a scale and we weighed me. 206.6 because I was stressed. And then I drank 1 pound of water.
Which we weighed repeatedly across...
207.6.
207.8.
Well, that's when I was holding the bottle. And we have
variations.
variations.
No, that was just now.
Fine.
You were 208.
But we have variations in the scale. I put a pound of something in my body, and I weighed a pound more.
Pound 0.2.
You really want to go with that 0.2 due to the variations in the scale?
No, that's one scale.
I put 1 pound in, I weigh 1 pound more. Where did
1.2 pounds.
Where did that extra 0.2 pounds come from?
I don't know.
Hi, we're going to be discussing New Year's resolutions today.
This is what we do in our free time. Get yourself a husband like mine.
I'm telling you, 1 pound is 1 pound.
Okay.
Okay, we got fun stuff now that we figured out all the scale shenanigans.
I'm still not buying it. Anyways.
Do me a favor, jump in. Yeah, we're like seconds past the opening credits. Please jump into the comments and correct one of us.
So I was watching, what led to this argument is I was watching a nutritionist on TikTok. And I followed quite a few nutritionists on TikTok in the past.
Is this one an actual nutritionist or a nutritionologist? And they had to change.
She said she's a registered dietitian and nutritionist.
I
don't know what's what, but basically she said keto's bad, intermittent fasting is bad, and Weight Watchers (WW) is bad
because it gives you body and food dysmorphia or something.
And you should do intuitive eating. And I was like, lady,
that's how we got here.
Right, but I get what she's saying though. Some things you put into your body are better than others. But looking at something and saying that's bad is not a good way to go about it. So,
which is better, a pound of water or a pound of nachos?
Well, and this leads me into my why my resolutions were vaguely written.
Okay, so what were your resolutions?
Be healthier, be more active, and be happier.
And that's not an Olivia Cry Your Heart Out Rodrigo song. I just want to point that out.
Well,
I threw that in there because the boy.
I have actual goals that are tied into these overarching categories, such as drink less alcohol.
Okay, that's a good one.
Eat healthier food, track it, lose. I'd like to lose 50 pounds, pound a week, 52 weeks, have 2 weeks of whoops, I messed up. Generally make healthier choices though. I wasn't gonna commit to, I'm only gonna eat chicken and rice.
Okay, so you want to be healthier.
Yeah.
You want to be happier.
Yeah, what does that look like?
I don't know. What does that? Well, we'll get to that in a second because I want to cover mine too. I feel like I'm being left out.
Oh, I was totally getting to you next.
No, I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to track my food every day and I want to drink only water. 50 pounds, track my food every day and drink only water.
Okay.
And that doesn't even account for, I need to work out whatever.
Well, my other two, be more active and be happier.
Happier. So active.
Active goes without saying. Dance, walk, play games, do whatever.
So you want to be healthier, you want to be more active, and you want to be happier.
Happier is a hard one. What does be happier mean? I don't know about you, Internet, but even before COVID, I don't know, I just never really... I feel like I never get to be in the moment. I'm always worried about the next thing. Like, we're at Disney, I'm like, how much does this cost? Can I put it...
And meanwhile, I'm sitting there, popcorn, string rolls, Dole Whip.
I can't stop, so I'm gonna try to learn to live in a moment, even if they're small moments. So by be happier, I wanna learn to enjoy things instead of trying to figure everything out all the time. Well, I know why I'm gonna succeed a little bit better.
Why?
Because I made a binder.
You're a planner.
I am. I'm a planner. I'm a list writer. I like to check boxes and tick things off and cross them off. I found a bunch of customizable templates. I just threw in what I wanted and print. So literally took me maybe 30 minutes total to make this whole thing.
Now you got this crazy binder. Art courtesy of Lily.
Yep, my art by my daughter. Bless her. This is the Be Healthier.
Okay.
But it's also part of my Be Happier because this satisfies the checking of the boxes.
Okay.
Yep.
So you've got daily weigh-ins.
Yep, I write in my weight every day.
And then at the end of every week, how many pounds down are you?
Yep.
So that's a weekly checkbox.
I measured today.
Inches trackers, so we're able to see what kind of inch loss we have.
Yep.
And then you have your running log. How far did you go and what was your pace?
I walked today 1 mile, and it was a very slow pace of 2.5 miles per hour.
And it was easy, hard?
Oh no, it was actually hard. I was sweating.
I was very sweaty by the end of that. And then your sleep tracker. There is a water tracker in there, yeah.
8-ounce glasses. I figure half gallon is a good starting place. So made us little binders to help us stay on track. We each got one. But you'll notice in there things like I said, no alcohol.
So that's part of your Be Healthier. Drink less.
Right, and if I manage to have none most days, I've done a good thing. So limit the alcohol to the weekends only.
Now that's your part of your, I'm pointing at the screen, not at the outside. There's a window behind the camera. So you're gonna drink less, and that actually falls into my drinking only water. Because I want to do the exact same thing.
Right.
So again, we've aligned.
Yeah, but alcohol was a big failure point for us last year.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure that's true of everybody.
I think that went for everybody because COVID was a thing.
Well, COVID's still a thing, and now we got snow knocking on our door.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be amazing. Amazing.
But I drank too much.
Yep.
And I think that's a lot of my weight gain.
Oh yeah, we've proven that's bad for both of us.
So we're gonna try to limit to Fridays or Saturdays only.
Yep.
And we're gonna drink outside the house, which sounds counterintuitive. No, we're not gonna drive drunk. There is a bar just up the street. It's a mile from our door to their door.
We could walk up and get a mile walk in each way.
We could, but we end up walking home. It's what happens. We leave the car there and we walk home.
Yep.
And then we walk up the next day and get it.
Yeah.
But or now you could ride a bike and throw it in the back of the truck.
It's great. Okay, so while you're there, not only do you drink, what else do you do?
I eat.
You eat! But what should we be doing with the food that we eat?
Logging it.
Logging it.
But it's outside the intermittent fasting, which is not a goal, by the way. You may notice that I did not write eat between 11 and 7 because intermittent fasting is something I do when I can, but it's not going to be a lifestyle for me. So I like the idea of limiting the hours that I eat, causing a routine for my body. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm not gonna skip my friend's New Year's Eve reschedule.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And not eat her snacks or enjoy her company simply because it doesn't fall into my window. So.
Okay, so we're not gonna intermittent fast, but
I am gonna intermittent fast a little bit.
Kind of accidentally, but I'm gonna track food. And that's where we're getting at there again, because that falls for both your Be Healthier and my primary goal. Track my food every day.
Yeah.
Because that's important to me.
Oh yeah, the track food is in my Be Healthier.
How do you plan to track your food?
Well, I use Healthy.
Healthy is a good app.
I like Healthy because you can use it for free. We pay for it, but it was only $60 for both of us for a whole year.
Yeah, which is the cost of WW for 1 month.
Yeah. So
I'm not knocking it. WW is a great plan.
It is. WW is great, but it's expensive, and we're trying to save some dollars. So I paid for the year because that gives us access to the Better Balance plan, which is Blue plan.
WW Blue.
It allows me to have calories as my secondary metric. So it tells me my bites, which are my points. And I do use the two phrases interchangeably because I got used to saying points and now it's bites. Please know they're the same thing. But I can also see, like yesterday I went over on my bites. I had 46 bites, but I only had 36 for the day allowed. So I went 10 over. But as you can see here, I only ate 1,500 calories, even though I was over on my bites.
So you went over on bites, points, but you were under
on calories. So I still lost 0.2.
I like the fact that it gives you the caloric counts.
Yeah. Well, I
didn't do that.
I had to set that though. I did have to tell it my secondary metric needed to be calories.
You could have changed macros, but Let's focus on the basics for now.
Well, let's be real. I always jump in head over heels into whatever I'm doing. And so I tried boxing. Mm-hmm. And my original thought was, this will be relatively easy for somebody my size. I don't have to get down on the floor.
Gotta throw your weight around.
Well, you do. And I hurt my knee so bad, I couldn't get down the stairs for like 3 days.
If you're doing it and it hurts, stop doing it.
Well, it didn't hurt when I was doing it. It hurt after. But some things I learned about myself is, wow, I am bigger than I think I am. I cannot run. I can't even pretend to run without really hurting myself.
Well, don't pretend.
Right, but I'm walking. I'm like, okay, but if I can make my body like bounce a little more, I'll get used. No, that's rough. I'm just saying. Rough. Realistically, I think I can lose 50 pounds by making generically healthier choices.
And that's just by tracking your food?
Just by tracking my food. It's supposed to make you aware.
Don't worry about the things we don't need to worry about yet.
You're right. But
that goes into be happier. Don't worry about the things we don't have to worry about yet.
Right. No, I know. As long as the scale goes down, that's what matters.
Okay, so you got to be more active, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we already know that I'm capable of being active. I'm just going to jump up and run.
Active is harder for me, as I was just saying.
Okay.
I made some evaluations on what I can and can't do.
Okay.
Walking, I can do. I can lift weights on the arms, small ones, arm weights. I can do that. I can do Beat Saber, which is a dancing game, but done with the arms, not the legs. Ring Fit.
I love that game.
And probably the Peloton bike at that point. I don't think I'm going to try to do the bike at first. I have evaluated what I can and can't do as far as movement to begin with.
Okay.
And I think that's a solid, realistic list. What do you think?
That's a great list.
What are you going to do?
What, for movement?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I'm just going to spend my time on the bike, the treadmill, and playing Ring Fit. I'm going to beat that game this year.
Okay.
I only got like a quarter of the way through it the first time around. There's so much to it. And yeah, I plan to actually beat that one. I mean, I can jump up and down and move and pretend to run in place.
In the past, we have made these resolutions. I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna be healthier, I'm gonna quit drinking. It's like with the smoking, right? I smoked from the time I was like 13, 14 on.
Don't smoke, kids.
Yeah, don't.
It's bad for you.
It's terrible for you. And I spent years trying to quit, and I was successful once for a whole year.
Yep.
And then and then I got bored is what happened. And I had a cigarette, and then that led to a pack, to a carton, And then I spent 2 years, but we weren't able to quit cold turkey, so we bought vapes. And we started with full nicotine, and we worked our way down, and by April, when we brought Tyler in, we were down to 3. We used 0 for like a month, and then it was gone.
Yep.
And I'm kind of hoping to achieve the same thing with the alcohol, but why? I was able to quit smoking because I wanted to go on vacation.
Yep. But now we do that all the time anyway.
Now I want to quit drinking because it's expensive, but alcohol was roughly $2,500 in a whole year. I'm not getting proper sleep.
That's when I might have a problem.
Yeah. Well, and even though, so we've tried to stop this before, where I'll say I'm not going to drink till next weekend, and then Garen comes home from a hard day, just like, yeah, I'll have one of those.
Okay, why not?
Or we'll be sitting there bored, and I'll go, there's wine in the fridge. And he'll go, yeah. So this is what we're trying to overcome. And do I think it's going to be perfect? No. Do I think it's going to be a bumpy road? Absolutely.
Oh, so many bumps.
But I hope to get it down to Fridays and Saturdays to begin with. And then maybe it's only Friday or only Saturday. And then it's once a month or twice a month, big one.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. And we'll taper down the same way.
We got rid of the cigarettes.
That we got rid of the cigarettes. And I think over the course of the year, we'll be alcohol free.
No, the reason this is also important is because it's not just, hey, alcohol's hard to deal with, but no, it's because it's calorie dense. Beer makes you fat. It's like bread. Alcohol will make you fat if you're not careful with it. The mixers will too.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's where we got into trouble because we realized that a shot of rum was like 80 calories, which isn't that much. And I can mix that with Diet Coke, which is 0 calories.
But 80 calories, 80 calories, 80 calories, and
it
now
does
you're drunk
add up.
and you're like, hey, there's chips.
Yeah.
And it's a thing.
So I think we have a realistic plan.
Yes.
That it tapers.
So we're gonna taper down the alcohol. We're gonna move more.
Yep.
We're gonna track our food.
Yep.
Because that's a big thing. and be happy, healthy, and...
I don't know the words to that song.
I don't either, but everybody's got it in your head. It's Paramore, but it's Olivia Rodrigo, and it's a thing.
I can hear it now in my head, but I still don't know the words. She's like, good for you, you're healthy and happy, not me.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's the youth. It's...
She's so... You know who has a new song? Well, I don't know, new. Avril Lavigne.
Oh, yeah, it's called Bite Me. It's really good.
Sounds like 2007 Avril.
It does. It's got... Yeah, the drummer from Blink and Marshmello helped with the lyrics. And
there's a whole thing about Blink right now. My children, and comment below, are you a Blink fan? Because my husband's a Blink fan, and my children have become Blink fans, sort of. Hayden, full on loves Blink.
Yep.
Lily thinks that she doesn't love Blink. She loves...
Angels and Airwaves.
Which is?
It's 2 members of Blink.
And then they collabed?
Yeah, well, no, she's also a fan of Boxcar Racer. 2 members of Blink.
The other 2, though.
Yeah, and then at one point they did a collab where they brought in Mark Hoppus from Blink,
but it wasn't Blink. It was Angels.
It was Boxcar Racer, but it was
featuring Mark Hoppus.
Yeah, Mark, Tom, and Travis. And Lily's like, "This is just the greatest song ever because it's Blink." Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Mark Hoppus beat cancer, so maybe they'll make more music.
He had stage 4 pancreatic cancer or something like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But yeah. Here's hoping. Fingers crossed.
You know, and on that note, we lost Betty White.
2021.
Well, welcome to 2022. Are you ready?
This is gonna be a lot of work.
It is, but you gotta start with
a little bit of work.
With a little bit of movement.
A little bit of movement, a little bit of tracking, a little less drinking, and a little more embracing the suck. Okay, let's go.
All right.
Let's do it.